online at PressBoxRadio.com and to great radio stations throughout the Southeast. This is the Press Box.
And now, either thanks to Colin Lacy or to Colin Lacy's blame,
because of him, yeah.
The video is out there as well. Yes, we're live streaming from the studio from SEC Football Media Days. Find it youtube.com/PressBoxRadio is where you'll find us there. And the greatest part about it is that we will, if you miss any of the show, we've got all the interviews archived up there, plus a couple extras that the guys have collected during the course of the day. Today, later in the day, I think you guys are scheduled to visit with Laura Rutledge of ESPN and the SEC Network, who does such a fantastic job. I got to be honest with you. I mean, most Saturday mornings, I will watch College Game Day's first hour, but I'm typically at when hour 2 starts, I'm over at SEC Nation, man. I love that SEC Nation crew, really do.
And the thing I love about Laura is her roots are in college football. I actually first met Laura Rutledge down in Mobile when Georgia Southern was playing in their first bowl game with the GoDaddy Bowl.
Yeah.
And so got to hang out and meet her there. But she's able to bounce between college football and NFL, and she's one of the few that can do it seamlessly.
Incredibly. Yes. Incredibly.
Takes some preparation and some talent to do it, but knowing your subject matter really important, and she knows it. And she knows it, does a great job. Saw her yesterday, her and I believe it was Feinbaum on there, along with one of the players was on there.
Jordan Rogers was with her at one point.
Yeah.
Greg
really
McElroy.
good coverage. Yeah. Mike McElroy as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, but the coverage was excellent yesterday morning as they broke down what old Greg Sankey had to say and all that sort of stuff. So pretty good stuff.
Well, for my Braves and baseball fans, let me just take care of this. This is our regular odds and ends segment where it can be a little bit of everything. So we'll throw the All-Star Home Run Derby in there. Although, did any of the four of us watch any of this? I'll be honest, I watched the first round. But after Matt Olson was eliminated, I was done.
I watched the last 2 batters of the first round, and once Matt Olson I thought was only going to hit like 3.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm pretty done with this.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah,
I'm one of these. Call me Scrooge. I hate home run derby. I have not watched a pitch of it in the last 2 or 3 years, and I kept that tradition last night. I'm not a big fan of it. Just got to be honest.
Yeah.
I think people who sit in the stands for that pay that exorbitant amount of money to sit there and watch people swing and hit home runs.
Yeah.
What I'm interested in, guys, is who recovers from the home run derby, because a lot of times guys coming off of that into the next half of this, after the All-Star break, they struggle a little bit.
They do. For what it's worth, history made as the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh, became the first catcher to win. He outlasted Ray Slugger Jr. Caminero. In addition to being the first catcher to ever capture the home run derby crown, he's also the first switch hitter to win the home run derby outright. And I don't know. Here's the thing that bothers me. And I was texting back and forth with my brother who was watching it, and the ESPN crew.
That was brutal.
It was really bad.
Really bad. Yeah.
And it's funny because my wife asked, hey, it was 8 o'clock. She said, hey, home run derby starting now, right? I said, look, baby, they're going to do 20 minutes of crap before they actually get around to the home run derby. I flipped over at 8:21 as the first cat, James Wood, the 6'7" Washington National kid, was stepping into the batter's box.
Yeah.
21 minutes of junk before they finally got around to the actual home run derby.
Yeah, thankfully, Fox will start their coverage at 7 Eastern tonight, and I think we actually get a first pitch before 8.
Wow, that would be swell.
It would be nice. I mean, why drag? I like watching the opening ceremonies of the All-Star game. I always have, just to see the reaction of the fans when fans are or players are introduced. I think that's kind of cool. But after that, it's just it's going to be a 2-1 or 3-2 game, and But I think it's really cool that Paul Skeens is starting for the National League. That's a cool deal. I mean, 2 years ago he's winning an SEC, a national championship, and now he's pitching in the All-Star game. That's a cool story.
It is. I do think you did get a cool story out of the home run derby last night with Cal Raleigh, an ACC guy, and I guess I should say that quietly around here. But he wins the home run derby. His dad is throwing to him, and they put his brother, who's I think he's either high school or maybe in college now. I can't remember. But his brother was the one catching. So it was a full family affair. His dad was throwing to his brother, and he was hitting.
How about that? Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
But that's the best thing I can get out of a home run derby for you.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. And tonight, I mean, the All-Star game again, I don't know how much of it I'll watch, fellas, quite honestly.
And honestly, is it bad that it was, Thursday of last week when I remembered that, hey, we're going to be in Atlanta for SEC Media Days? And,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, the All-Star game I passed the All-Star game when I go home.
Yeah,
And I didn't even think about it until about Thursday of last week.
I didn't even realize it was going on until my buddy that I've been hanging out with while I'm up here visiting and stuff, is he's going to it tonight, and I didn't even realize it was happening.
Well, regardless, 8 o'clock or 7. Is it 7? I'm trying to find out the exact.
I think it's 7 when the coverage starts. I don't know when the first pitch is, but I know it's 7.
I think my buddy said it starts around 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we might actually get a first pitch at 8 o'clock. That's what I'm hoping for, because I hate these things that say, starts at 8. And like Mike said, 8:25, we're still not playing yet.
Yeah.
I think most people are going to watch the base. Probably, as far as All-Star games go, this one is the most watched out of all of them. Just because it's in the middle of the summer. What else are you going to watch if you're a sports fan? This is it. I mean, there is nothing else unless you want to watch, some sort of I guess Raw was on last night. I don't know if anybody would have flipped away from baseball to watch that, but there's really nothing else that's going to compete against it. Maybe that's why, but it's still it's so diluted now. It is so diluted. It wasn't that way back in the day when the American League never played the National League. Well, now everybody plays everybody. So you're going to get to see the American and National League players all over the place. And I think that's changed how the All-Star game is viewed. Plus, how many guys don't play and don't want to play and all that stuff. So.
I also was not a fan of the jerseys.
Yeah, those jerseys are pretty awful.
I was not a fan of like the lowercase AL, and it's just weird.
Yeah, it's weird. For what it's worth, the 8 o'clock is all I can find out about it starting tonight. Now, I'll say this about the home run derby last night. Truist Park was packed, y'all.
It was slammed.
There was not an empty seat in the place. If you want to try to go tonight, Ticketmaster shows the starting price for one ticket is $220 for standing room only. A ticket that includes an actual seat begins at $330.
Okay, I'm going to not stand and sit on my couch if I'm going to watch.
Yes, exactly. Me too. Yeah, I'll be in the
and not wait on the commodes and things of that sort. No, sir.
During the game, the MLB will pay tribute to Hank Aaron's history-breaking 715th home run, the one that shattered the previous record set by Babe Ruth. The league will recreate the hit by using projection, mapping, and pyrotechnics at the end of the 6th inning or later, depending on the lighting situation. Also worth noting, for the first time, Major League Baseball will use the automated ball strike challenge system, which tracks the pitch's path and location, determine whether it's a strike or ball when it crosses the plate. Again, either a hitter or a pitcher/catcher can ask for a review.
Are you going to review balls and strikes at an All-Star game?
They
are. They will.
I guess just to see if it works. I guess.
If
we got a new toy, we need to check it out, I guess.
If someone asks for it, absolutely, yeah. And 3 pretty cool guys will throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, and Andres Galarraga. All those guys were members of the National League team when Atlanta hosted the All-Star game at Turner Field back in 2000, the last time it was here. So
I heard an interview with Chipper Jones over the weekend, and they were asking him about, Chris Domino was doing it, asking about, would you ever coach in a game? And would you ever? And I think he's probably had his opportunities. And Chipper has said, hey, I like this side of it. I love being there for my kids, and I'm not going to break that promise.
Yeah.
So I admire that in Chipper Jones, because I think he could probably help our hitters right now a lot. But he's, he made a commitment, gave his word, and he's going to stick to it. So good for him.
And I would think fewer headaches without that job. I mean, and look, he's been around the program. He's helped them as like a part-time hitting consultant.
Sure. Yeah.
And boy, do they need some help from him this year, because their hitting has been crappy, boys and girls. Sorry about that. But hey, it's the All-Star break, so what it is. Ron Acuna Jr. starting in left field and batting second tonight. And Matt Olson of the Braves on the reserve list. Should see him sometime late in the game at first base. All right, one more segment here inside the press box. We'll head back to Atlanta's SEC Football Media Days, Day 2 underway. We'll check the roster for today's lineup after this inside the press box.